Hello, friends. Welcome to Science Talk. I'm your host, Jim Essa. Okay, future summer marine heat waves in the western South Atlantic. Marine heat waves, or MHWs, are periods of abnormally high ocean temperatures, and their impacts threaten physical, biological, human systems. Here we show through different scenarios of the coupled model intercomparison project phase 6 or CMIP6 that significant positive trends in frequency, duration, and cumulative intensity are identified for the western South Atlantic, leading to an almost permanent state of marine heat wave by the end of the 21st century, considering a constant baseline. We also find that the main mechanism that causes marine heat waves in this region, atmospheric blocking, is likely to intensify in the future. Atmospheric blocking is basically you get a high pressure system that just parks itself, doesn't budge much. Thus, the increase in occurrence of marine heat waves is not just due to the direct effect of long term warming. Moreover, the largest trends occur, now remember, they're doing modeling, during 2021 to 2050, not during 2071 to 2100. This has important implications for marine ecosystems and the ocean ability of absorbing heat and CO2, underlying the urgency for global reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. It's interesting, you know, that the largest trend was this time period, like right now, and not the last 30 years of this century. Maybe because by that point, there the ocean's ability to absorb any more heat is not likely, not possible. So that was the abstract. Let's look at a plain language summary. Marine heat waves are periods when the surface ocean temperature reaches a threshold well above the normal. They're similar to the counterparts on land and have significant impacts on marine ecosystems. Since most of the atmosphere excess heat trapped by greenhouse gas emissions goes into the oceans, there is robust evidence that they have already intensified in the last decade, and scientists predict that those trends will continue. This study quantifies future increases in the occurrence, duration, and intensity of marine heat waves, West and South Atlantic, using a model simulation, considering one path broadly following historical pattern of emissions and another path taken of fossil fuel development. In both cases, the largest increases will occur much earlier than previously thought, that is, during the period of 2021 to 2050, rather than in 2071 to 2100. Moreover, the results showed that the change is not only a direct effect of long term warming, but also due to an intensification of the mechanism that generates the marine heat waves in the region. The mechanism involves long lasting, high pressure systems that inhibit the formation of clouds, leading to more solar radiation going into the ocean and calm winds decreasing evaporative cooling. Combined, these factors cause droughts and marine heat waves. Long lasting, high pressure systems. That's blocking. That's the blocking they refer to. So, this is, of course, troubling, but can't really say it's surprising, at least not to me. And think about it. The oceans have absorbed energy down to 2,000 meters. A lot of it on the order of about 180 zettajoules in the upper 500 meters or so. That's a lot of heat there. What do you think? You got all this heat being stored in the upper layers of the ocean. Yeah, that's going to lead to marine heat waves because that heat's going to be given off. It's really not very complicated. This is a direct result of the oceans absorbing all that energy to basically not sugarcoat it. So if this is the case, if this was coming down the pipe, that's going to spell immense trouble for the region and possibly hemispheric as well, because you're going to increase the solar radiation going into the water. That's going to further warm the water. You're going to get thermal expansion from that. Sea level rises will take place. You're going to get drought. So if you have regions nearby that rely on reliable precipitation to grow crops, that's going to be adversely impacted. So there's a lot of ramifications to this as well. If you get drought, what happens to the reservoirs? Water tables start dropping. Those sort of considerations need to be taken into account. So, you warm up the oceans, and that's really what's going to be driving the climate. That's really what's going to be driving the climate. So, some of my younger viewers may be around in 2050. I certainly won't be, but it'll be interesting to see what does happen by that point, assuming there is another crazy crap that takes place over the next 30 years or so. So another indication of how we basically did a royal screw-up job to our planet, and we are creating major changes. This could be part of tipping points being surpassed, that you get these people who say, well, we'll just take the carbon out of the atmosphere. Well, what about the carbon in the water? That ain't so easy to remove. Until next time. Hello folks, this is Jim here with Science Talk, asking you to please subscribe to my channel and to inform others of my channel and of the work that I do. Please share to social media platforms that you use. Also, as a reminder, don't forget to click the bell so that you know when I load up more videos. Finally, I ask that you support the work that I do by becoming a patron at patreon.com. Details in the description box below. Thank you for your support.